5. The alarm went off at 5, and I was like, nah, and I just kept laying there. When I woke up on my own, it's like 5:35. I'm like, no, because the way my routine is, like, I can't get up at 5:35. So I jump up. At that point, I'm late.
Yeah, we both woke up at like the same time.
Oh, for real?
We both jumped up.
So, yeah, for y'all watching on YouTube and Facebook, this is what you get.
And we wasn't together. We wasn't together, just so y'all know.
Well, nobody think about that. He's so ridiculous. Everybody know. You ain't got nothing.
Everybody know.
You irritate.
Don't know. Come on, cut that out.
Don't nobody love you but Jackie.
Wow.
But they said, and your mama. And what BB King said, your mama might be jiving
too. Yeah, she could be jiving too.
But let me say good morning to the bros. What's up, Carvey? How you doing this morning?
Hey, good morning, Michelle.
Carvey said he going coat shopping today.
I bet he is.
He wait till the cold day to go coat shopping.
As soon as I leave,
come in here with a hoodie.
2 of them.
You crazy?
What'd you say, Carvey?
I got double hoodies on.
2 hoodies. I don't just have one. A hoodie.
Carvey, didn't you live in Wisconsin last winter?
And the winter before.
What made you think you weren't gonna need one this year?
And the winter before.
Somebody actually took my coat last year.
They were preparing for this winter.
Yeah, they were.
And you know, Carvey, here's rule number 1. Have more than one coat.
Facts.
You know, you need coats for different things.
Yeah.
You know, different looks,
yeah.
different, temperatures. Like there's a 40-degree coat and there's a today coat.
Mm-hmm.
But let's be honest, coats are expensive.
No, because definitely if you buy them out of season,
right?
You can get real good prices on coats if you buy them out of season. Then it depends on where you're going to buy the coat.
Facts.
I'm gonna just be honest. I have bought some fly coats from some place like Marshall's and TJ Maxx and even Ross. I bought a bad Nike jacket from Ross that would have cost me like $300 at the Nike store.
Burlington Coat Factory.
Yeah, Burlington. So there are some affordably priced options. And then, of course, you got your Macy's. But some of these boutique stores, that sell like athletic gear, you got to be careful buying coats in there because they certainly are overpriced. But no, you can come up on some real nice coats. Shopping out of season is the best time to buy a coat. Right after the first of the year, when Nordstrom's does their clear the rack sale, great time to buy a coat. And then you slim, so you're going to get like nice pickings because, it's way more bigger people in Wisconsin. And
layers.
I'm just saying. And, so the big coats be gone.
Yeah.
The big coats. But you little slimmies, y'all can find coats all day. Let me see. And y'all, I ain't have my phone yesterday, so I got a whole bunch of catching up to do. I just owe all kind of people calls. It's ridiculous. But hey, Debo, how you doing this morning?
I'm great this morning, Michelle.
Oh, yeah, you must be cold because I ain't getting no extra foolishness. No, nothing.
Ain't no room for that right now. But no, it's a beautiful day again on this side of the dirt, so we still got a chance. I would just say, okay. Good morning, Ladette. I see you this morning. Ladette says it's cold outside. What's up, Dion? How you doing this morning? Yep, definitely stay warm. Did they do anything with it's cold. I'm stuttering. But did they do anything with school closures or anything? I mean, it's that kind of cold.
Milwaukee is a fool.
But it's that kind of cold.
It should have been.
Be out there like
because they had said it was going to be 0 this morning. But Milwaukee ignorant. They had these kids out here and all kinds of stuff.
My truck said 2 below.
Did it?
What it read, yeah.
I know yesterday I had heard that it was going to be definitely 0 this morning. And so, you would think that somebody would be thinking about that, particularly because we have a number of children that do walk to school. But no, that's too much like right. You ain't got to do it. So your teachers got cars. So ain't nobody worried about these babies half the time. But anyway, that's just me. So a couple things. So last night I made it a point to watch the Jamie Foxx special on Netflix, What Had Happened Was. And I just want to say, I can only imagine being there in the theater in Atlanta when he did the performance. They pan the audience. You could see people dabbing their eyes, tears in their eyes, males and females, brothers and sisters had tears in their eyes as Jamie Foxx recounted what he had been told about what happened to him. And now he has indicated that it was a stroke caused by a brain bleed. They still don't know why the brain bleed happened. And literally, this was blood pouring out onto his brain. And they had no idea. Somebody said it was a good show. It absolutely was a good show. But he still does not know to this day, like what happened. And then you think about, he said that he was taken to a doctor after complaining of a severe headache. And the first doctor simply gave him a cortisone shot and sent him on his way. Shortly after that, and I'm talking about, within hours of that visit, his sister says, "Nah, you're not right." And she is not familiar with Atlanta. So she keeps driving around herself to take him to a hospital until she stumbles upon Piedmont Hospital. At Piedmont Hospital, he is basically immediately told, "You have a brain bleed that has caused you to have a stroke. And you need to go to surgery right now." So they, get him into surgery. They let his family know he could or could not make it. Jamie says, "I'm out for 20 days, like unconscious, have no idea what's going on, but thank God," he said, he had his sister and his daughter advocating for him. And as he talked about in the special, holding him down. I'll leave some of it for you to view if you are going to try to catch it on Netflix. But there were many, many moments in which he broke down. He, called on the Lord for strength to continue the show. There was times when he was sitting on a stool and he was talking about it, and one of his legs, his right leg, just was shaking uncontrollably. One of the things, though, that stood out for me on the afternoon show, I talked about all the different things that are warning signs that people need to look for to let you know if you're having a stroke or something is going on. But one of the things that stood out to me, and I thought about Keith when I had this moment while watching, because one of the things that was a running theme throughout the show, initially Jamie said, "How is this happening to me? I'm Jamie Foxx. This does not happen to Jamie Foxx," And he just kept on at different points as they're getting information from the doctors. "Why is this happening to me? I'm Jamie Foxx, Jamie Foxx." He just, all throughout, you hear his name, Jamie Foxx, Jamie Foxx. The Negro's name really is Eric Bishop. But anyway, Jamie Foxx, Jamie Foxx, he keeps going on. And so finally, 3/4 of the way in, he finally says, "I had a conversation with God." Because, dude can't walk. He got to go to rehab to learn how to walk again. So he says, "I had a conversation with God." And, and it was a hood conversation. It was a street, like you talk to one of your bros, but that was all a part of it. But he said, had a conversation with God. And I asked him, like, "What's up, man? Like, why are you doing this to me?" And God was like, who that?" And he said, "It's me. It's Jamie Foxx." God said, "Who?" He said, "What you mean, man? It's Fox." God was like, And then he went to his real name, not what became his stage name. But he was like, "It's Eric Bishop." And God was like, "Oh, so what's up? What you need?" "Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out why me, man." And then Jamie said he started replaying, through his mind. "I started in the church singing, getting my chops to be able to step out into the secular world, attain the success and the money and the cars and the things that I have." And he said, and at some point, basically is what he's inferring, he got away from church. He got away from serving. And he said, "But I'm out here making people laugh. I'm trying to do good things." But he couldn't necessarily connect it directly back to the church. And so Jamie you know, basically said he felt like God had to snatch him to be able to remind him, you know, to an extent why you got these gifts, what's going on. And so I thought about that for a second and I was like, so, because me and my questioning of faith and, different things. I was like, so was it God? Because, Darnell Cole, I always talk about him. I'm sorry, Dion Cole always has this bit where he talks about some stuff ain't God. Some stuff is y'all. Some stuff is life. Some stuff, is medical and it's the way it happens. But if you believe that God controls all things, then ultimately it is God. And I said, but then remember when you get frustrated when you hear about a child that's been abused, a 1-year-old baby thrown into a wall and ends up dying, was that God? And then people will quickly tell you, no, that was the devil. That was something else. That was this, that was that. So when you have the stroke and you're saved, is that God? And why does God save you and not save somebody's wife who died of ovarian cancer, or save the child that's drowning in the lake? Why were you given grace and somebody else not given grace? So I just had like all of these moments as I listened to him, be conflicted about how he had gotten to that point in that moment. I'll let you see what conclusion he reaches at the end of the show, basically. But it was a very poignant conversation. It's not a straight stand-up routine. He has moments in there that's funny, jokes that he tells. He talks about, if I stop joking, basically, I'm gonna stop living. If I stop, doing comedy, I'm gonna stop living. So that kind of pushes him through. And that comedy is even used by his sister when they tell him we got to go in this boy's head to stop this bleeding and figure out, how much damage has been done. So I would encourage you, if you have Netflix, somebody who has Netflix, your kids most likely have Netflix, to be able to have them pull it up for you and just check it out. There is some cursing in there, but you ain't gonna die. It's just some words.
No more white women.
Well,
that was my part.
Yeah, that wasn't in there.
He did at the end.
No, he didn't.
In the end, he said he ain't gonna be no more white women. I ain't messing with no more white women.
I ain't hear that.
You better watch it again.
I'm going to.
Then the joke was in public.
See, I just because he was dating a white chick right before he got sick.
No more white women.
Yeah, right before he got sick. It was at the I was super sleepy. I thought I saw him hold his hand up.
Yeah, but he was on the piano. He was like, "No more white women."
Oh, I didn't see that.
No more white women.
No, I didn't. I must have fell asleep.
I'm back.
Because he stood up and did his hand. So I said, "Oh, that's it."
Yeah. But that was the absolute.
So this is that thing when you don't stay at the movie.
Right.
Until the credits start rolling, and then there's a little hidden.
You had nodded a little bit.
Yeah. Okay, I got you. All right. Well, I'm gonna go back now and watch the end. Somebody said it's a mystery. Why did babies die when Moses and Jesus were born? We will never know. Someone said his daughter is by a white woman. Also, you're so silly. I can't stand y'all. What somebody else said? I'm definitely going to check it out. I love Jamie Foxx. Yeah, definitely. And at first, the leather fit he had.
How is it that it came out night before last and is already nominated for an Emmy?
It's a fool. Like the numbers have been crazy on it. The numbers have been, you do wonder how things happen.
Yeah.
But the numbers have been crazy on it. And Jamie has always been a real relatable dude.
Oh yeah.
Because he opens up talking about Diddy and the parties, and Jamie was like, I was out by 9:00. He said, Jamie was like, you could tell someone was gonna go off the rails up in here. No. I showed up, showed my face.
Y'all see me.
He said, He said, I was out of there by 9:00. It was like he led with that. And he took some jabs at Diddy throughout the little set. Because you can see people in the audience like, ooh, you did. Jamie, like, come on now. Yeah, Jamie was like throwing some jabs. He got at Cat Williams.
But you know,
Yeah.
what was amazing to me, I had been hearing little rumors and rumors and rumors about Jay.
Jay-Z?
Yeah, and now that's surfacing. That's that he could be implicated with P Diddy.
At the parties.
Yeah,
Yeah. I mean, because they said that there is a woman who said that she was actually a minor
she said she
at
was
the time.
13.
Yeah. And that she had sex with Jay-Z. So one thing becomes a question like, because Jay-Z and somebody else is trying to do this, but it's a sports figure that has a sexual assault charge allegation being leveled at him. And, Jay-Z was like, no, she need to tell who she is. Because right now she's able to do it anonymously.
Mm-hmm.
And Jay-Z was like, no. Because if I got to stand in public and, have all this said about me, which he's vehemently denying, I'm going to just say, you'll never know.
Right.
Because these cats back in the day, big head. Jay-Z is not the most attractive brother, so you getting access to women that you like in the real world. Would Jay-Z ever be with Beyonce? Probably not.
Right.
Probably not. Sean Carter is not the cutest dude you ever seen. And then you ain't even physically fine. You just like whatever. And he looked like an old rag. Yeah. I mean, I ain't gonna go that hard. That's kind of rough, Kari. And money, at least his little clothes be a little bit better.
Rag.
Yeah, because especially since his hair is all Basquiat.
Yeah.
He got an interesting look, but I just, I'm not gonna ever say never. I ain't gonna never put nothing past nobody. When you see these people, and you start mixing alcohol, drugs, it's just no telling what can jump off. So yeah, Jay-Z is now caught up in it, but I thought it was interesting that he wants his accuser to have to identify herself. That in and of itself can be problematic, but we shall see. We shall see. All right, so I got to get ready to take a break. But before I do that, let me just tee up. When I come back from the break, I want to talk about the article that is in the Milwaukee Journal Sentinel this morning. The caption: Milwaukee Housing Authority received scathing federal report shortly before the director resigned. There will be people that are simply not going to let this go. The story will continuously be updated and talked about. Folks are trying to figure out. Somebody said, right, Jay-Z is no LL Cool J nor Method Man. Because Meth, no, he fine. Oh my God. Woo, Lord. That boy look good. I'm like, how you get older and look better than you did when you was younger? But anyway, so I'm actually going to literally read the story because everybody does not have a Journal Sentinel subscription. So I'm going to read it, but there are people that are now, because some folks, they question the timing of the resignation. And then was he forced out? Did he just decide, okay, I had enough. We're going to just turn this over and let you do it. We'll figure it out. But let me see. I don't think this one is a long story. You know what? In fact, I can do it now before I run to the break. Let me do it right now. Do I have time to do this right now? Or do I need to go to break? Okay. All right. So the Milwaukee Housing Authority remains a, quote, troubled agency as problems with physical conditions, financial mismanagement, and oversight persist, according to a new federal report. The Housing Authority, which manages about 5,200 rental units, is not doing enough to ensure the provision of safe, decent, and sanitary housing for its public housing residents, according to the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development. Additionally, nearly 2 years after federal auditors first warned of, quote, risk for serious fraud, waste, and abuse inside the agency, the Housing Authority is still not tracking its finances accurately, the HUD report said.
Mayor Cavalier Johnson and Housing Authority leaders received a letter from the department on October 18th. So this is more than almost 2 months ago. A spokesperson for the Housing Authority shared a copy publicly on Wednesday. The release comes just days after the Housing Authority Executive Director Willie Hines announced his retirement. The report echoes many of the problems identified by HUD and residents in the past 2 years. Its most notable findings include: number one, the Housing Authority only employs 2 full-time accountants and 1 temporary accountant, and its financial staffers, quote, do not display professional competence for a public agency of Milwaukee's size and complexity. 2, maintenance inside Housing Authority properties is haphazard and not proactive, and property managers are not doing enough to track maintenance, building supplies, or contractor work. 3, the Housing Authority has also neglected to take a comprehensive look at its properties' long-term maintenance and capital needs since 2014. Finally, the Housing Authority's Oversight Board has been, quote, unable to meet its oversight role or responsibilities. So the report is out there, and I'm going to see if I can get an actual copy of it. But, it beckons or harkens back to what I said about this will be about management issues when you look at what's going on. What are the systems that are in place to be able to help localized people do their work, to track maintenance, to be proactive. There's a regular schedule, where we come through, we do walkthroughs. We know, just like you get a maintenance schedule with your vehicle, there's recommended service at 30,000 miles, 60,000 miles. There are things that you do, not just when the lights come on in your vehicle, but I know I just hit my 60,000 mark on my vehicle. I'm supposed to get A, B, C, and D done. That's what these folks are talking about, that there have not been improvements in some of these areas of any real note. And then when they say, look, we told y'all 2 years ago that the organization, if they didn't do business better, if they didn't handle their processes and their accounting systems better, that you open yourself up for fraud, unnecessary waste, abuse of the program. And then they come back on October 18th and provide a letter to the city saying, ain't nothing changed, man. The systems are still jacked up. Many of the problems we identified before are still in place. So what you supposed to do with that? So I appreciate the folks that are cool with Willie Hines and, that have said, hey, this is not the cat I know. But I tell people all the time, you do have to be able to differentiate between somebody being a good dude and somebody being a good manager. So, because I know great people, but these are people, and I'm not talking about Willie in this case, I'm just giving it as an example. These are people that are not prepared for some of the roles that they get. That their background, their experience does not dictate that you should even have this job. But because of all kinds of, things that have nothing to do with finding the best qualified candidate, people get access to positions and, things happen. So I know it's difficult when our friends, either struggle or have, a spotlight shown on them and it's not favorable. We rally to protect our people. I understand. I do the same thing. But I think that in this, case, we do have to be willing to look and listen to what these residents have said, because that's who I'm interested in. I'm interested in what the residents are saying and, who's dealing with that. There are some folks said the tenants have brought up that, they believe that there was a degree of theft that was happening. Again, not necessarily
at the feet of Willie Hines, but people just couldn't explain certain things that was happening within the agency. But when the feds come in and say, look, we understand the kind of money that y'all responsible for and the programs that y'all responsible for here. This like managing a state, in terms of y'all budget. Well, not quite a state, but, a small city. So we're going to have to tighten it up. And then they come back 2 years later and it's like, you're still not doing what we told you needed to do, at least not on a scale that makes a difference. So for the folks that, have been upset, have, been frustrated, and now we see the day-to-day operation on some level be outsourced to a company outside the state. Milwaukee, down from out of Florida, I think. Milwaukee County had went after the contract, and they told Milwaukee County, yeah, we don't really see enough in your plan and your system to be able to accommodate and manage this size program, which I thought was interesting as well. So I'm going to go to break, talk about some other things, but I did want to give that follow-up. And if I can get my hands on the actual report, I'll do that to help us better understand exactly what else they said was happening. Let me take a break. Michelle Bryant, WNOV, 860 AM, 106.5 FM. Be right back.
The holidays. And holiday trips. And holiday toys. And holiday bonding. And it all comes together in a Chevrolet.
Find your red tag. Get 1.9% financing on all 2024 Silverado 1500 pickups. Plus, get $3,750 total value on this Silverado when you trade in an eligible vehicle.
Hi, I'm Jacqueline Zeladon. I'm with the Milwaukee County Office of Equity, and I'm here today at 860 AM WNOV.
So, Jackie, how do you show appreciation to your loved ones during the holidays?
The holidays. I show appreciation all the time, but during the holidays, I like to give them that extra love. And that extra love takes the form of, inviting family over for game night. Mm-hmm. It's giving people phone calls, especially people who I haven't spoken to for in a minute. Mm-hmm. Shame on me. Mm-hmm. It's also sending greeting cards. Mm-hmm. It's even doing small gestures, mm-hmm. such as cookies, mm-hmm. or even taking somebody to the movie. So those are some of the ways I show extra gratitude during the holidays.
That's perfect.
Hello, my name is Derek Rogers from the Exodus Academy and the Milwaukee Black Liberation Theology Project.
So, Mr. Rogers, what's one way you've learned to love yourself more in 2024?
Definitely with the help of my wife, paying more attention to my diet.
How y'all doing? I'm Nisha with Wisconsin Voices and Black Men Build.
So, how do you show appreciation to your loved ones during the holiday season?
I show appreciation to my loved ones during the holiday season, especially to my mom by giving her gifts. My mom, she took care of me great while I was growing up, so I just try to give back to her whatever she needs. So I just ask her what she want. If she don't really know what she want, I still get her something. It might be money, it might be some jewelry, but I make sure I just give back and make sure that she, that she good. Whatever she needs, she took care of.
Thanks, appreciate you.
Yeah.
Hello, my name is Dr. Bridget Moss. I am a board-certified family practice and integrative medicine specialist. I'm standing here at WNOV.
So, Dr. Bridget, how does gratitude play a role in your holiday celebrations?
Gratitude plays a huge role in my holiday celebrations because you know what? Without God, I would not be here. So that is what I'm most grateful for, and everything else will follow.
Perfect.
Hey, this is Dr. Kwaku Amawasi here at WNOV 860 AM representing Ayumba Upendo Show.
So, Dr. Kwaku, what's your favorite holiday tradition that you're thankful for?
Well, my favorite tradition is actually a new tradition. It's hard to put old traditions to the side, but I have a little cousin, and he created this father-son Thanksgiving football game. So I look forward to doing that every Thanksgiving morning. I'm sore on that Friday, but that Thursday is so much fun, and I'm grateful for the opportunity to be able to be with loved ones.
Perfect.
Hi, my name is Dr. Alicia Mutri. I'm here at WNOV 860 AM, 106.5 AM, and I'm representing Nyumbu Apendo, the House of Love.
So, Dr. Alicia, what's one thing you're grateful for and that often get overlooked?
You know what? On a regular basis, I'm grateful for my sight. I know there are people in the world that can't see. I'm also grateful for my limbs and my body. I can move them freely and how I want to be able to move them. So all of my senses I'm able to use, and I don't take them for granted.
Facts.
Hi, I'm Dee Kemp, Vice President of Programs from Axe Housing, and I'm here at WNOV.
So, Ms. Kemp, what are you most excited about for New Year?
I am most excited about creating more homeowners in 2025. I need my kings and queens to own things. So come to Axe Housing. Let's get you ready for home ownership in 2025.
Perfect.
I'm Stephen Hopkins, Program Manager for Critical Response Team. I'm at WNOV right now.
So, Steven, what's something simple that you're thankful for today?
Being alive and free.
One more question.
Yes, sir.
Is there something you're looking forward to this holiday season?
Seeing my loved ones and, spending some time with them.
Perfect.
So I look like I do have a copy of the report. I will take a look at that and try to talk about it. But I also just wanted to comment. Number one, in the piece that was just aired, I'm like, was there a lot just told in that piece? Because if he said I took the time to make the decision over Thanksgiving, but then the reporter comes back and said, nah, he actually had turned in the paperwork to do his retirement a week earlier than this interview. So, I guess over Thanksgiving can be a relative term, like the week of Thanksgiving, leading up. So I'm just going to say that was an interesting moment, though. And it wasn't lost on me what the reporter just did there. But one of the things that was said, and I haven't mentioned him, so I need to mention, Mayor Johnson is also, being seen as part of the problem in this conversation, because they said that there has not been a full board of directors for the Housing Authority since 2019. And I'm just looking for this part about the mayor. Hold on, because it was in a different report that I looked at. So 2022, HUD says y'all got problems, and they outline the corrective actions for an improved safety plan, financial management, overall compliance. So HUD, I guess, evidently works with the Housing Authority to come up with a corrective action plan. So in these reports that came out in October, HUD says none of the things that we talked about with y'all have been implemented. Not one that we talked to y'all about in 2022 have been implemented. And so they also said the Housing Authority, including Hines, lacked adequate oversight, citing the absence of a full board since 2019. That's what I said. And a failure to prioritize appointing new board members by the prior and current mayor. So, Barrett, no rush to make sure that the housing authority had a full board. And then they said the current mayor as well. They talked about misstatements that were made to HUD. This is this $2 million that nobody can, kind of figure out like what's going on with it. Unreconciled accounts is the way they identify it. And then they're just talking about people needed to have been fired. But the thing that I thought was interesting, given the kind of scrutiny that the Housing Authority Board of Directors has been under, along with the executive director, this is the thing we used to like talk about all the time with the Fire and Police Commission. Why are these positions not being filled in a timely manner? And so I'm just looking at the end where it says this piece about the mayor. They don't know if Mayor Johnson has yet to submit names to the Common Council for approval to even be placed on the board. So, on the board, they're right now, currently, we're still short 2 commissioners. And they said there's no word on if the mayor has made recommendations to the Common Council for those positions yet. So, that's a question too, because right now, all the heat is on Willie Hines, but people got to talk about, and let me see if I can get the names of who's on the board of directors of the Housing Authority. Let me see real quick, because this is the only name that's in the paper, but this is not a one-man show or operation. Who's on the Milwaukee Housing Authority Board of Directors? Hang on, y'all. I just want to see. Board of Commissioners. So let's see. So right now it says that the housing authority of the city of Milwaukee is governed by a 7-member board of commissioners appointed by the mayor of the city of Milwaukee, ratified by the Common Council for 5 years. 2 commissioners are designated to be residents. So the chairwoman of the board is Sherry Reed Daniels. Ms. Daniels was first appointed resident commissioner in 2008 and was elected by her peers as a chairwoman in September 2023. So that's her. And she comes from program coordinator for Pathfinders. She was a member of the Black Health Coalition and the Medical College of Wisconsin Multidimensional Education Program Committee. So Sherry Reed Daniel is the chairwoman of the Milwaukee Housing Authority's Board of Directors. And then Irma Yepes Klassen, she's a commissioner. She was appointed in 2022. She's a product development director at MGIC, a leader in private mortgage industry insurance that supports and helps borrowers find a better way to achieve their dream of a home ownership. So that's her. And then Karen Gotzler, she just got sworn in she just got sworn in last month, almost a month ago to the day, 2024, November 13th. Charlotte Haslett, sworn in November 27th, 2024. Alderwoman Charlene Moore just got sworn in this month, like last week, December 3rd, 2024. And Jackie Burrell, a resident commissioner, just got sworn in December 4th, 2024. So you got 4 folks that are brand new, like brand new. And then only one person who's been there for any substantive amount of time. And she goes back almost 20 years, like 16 years, 18 years, some mess. And then everybody else is new. And the one commissioner, she's only been on since 2022. So in terms of the number of folks on here that are Black, it looks like all of them, but because of the 4 new ones that got sworn in, I think 3 of those people are Black. Charlotte Hazlett, Charlene Moore, Jackie Burrell, Karen Gosler may be white, I'm not sure. And then Miss Clausen is a person of color. I don't know what her ethnicity or race is, but she looks like a person of color. So the majority of the board, but these are all new people. Again, all new people that are in, and we'll see. We'll see what happens. But right now, so evidently, there looks like there may only be 1 seat left open, and their meeting schedule. They are, according to the city, they're not scheduled to meet again until January 10th. And it looks like they meet once a month. And the agenda is already up. Oh, no. I'm wrong. This was the beginning of the year. So they met yesterday. It looks like their final meeting maybe for the year. They met yesterday. How ironic. Okay. So, clearly we got to pay attention, see what's going on. I tell folks all the time, even if we don't have a family member living in these situations, we can certainly help to bear pressure and to advocate for people because nobody should have to live in some of the conditions that have been described and identified. It's crazy. It's crazy. So, and then now I'm trying to figure out, like, with all these new people, did the other folks just actually term out? Did they resign? Because who are the names of the people? See, I'm going to find that have been running it all this time. Because right now, I only know one longtime person, Sherry Reed Daniels. Everybody else is new. Even the Irma lady, she knew. She only been on for 2 years. She's new. So where are the other people at? So it's not just Willie Hines who, retires and exits. It looks like whatever people they did have, they all hit it too. Where them people at? Are they paid positions? I don't know. Let me find out real quick. See now, good question, Debo. Let me see. I'm coming, y'all. Looking for it. Hey, hang on. But you do have to wonder. Now I'm gonna have to go back and try and find an old document. Because right now ain't nobody the fall guy but Willie. Authority board members paid. Let's see if I can find. And somebody else hit me up and was like, Michelle, but he shouldn't be getting that money. I done told y'all this man worked for the city for 28 years. He gonna get his money, and he should, because he worked for the city for 28 years. This is not just about his performance or what you believe is his performance connected to the housing authority. All right, so I don't know. I will look and see. I can't figure it out. But I like how, if you think about it, that these people are not talking about the previous members on the board of directors. So there's a leadership team that's in place. Willie Hahn, Secretary Executive Director, Fernando Anabon, who is the Deputy Director, Assistant Secretary, Hispanic or Latino, it looks like, or something. Kenneth Barbeau, Chief Operating Officer, looks like he's a white male. Dina Hunt, Chief Operating Officer, Real Estate, looks like she's a white female. Crystal Reed Hardy, Chief of HR, a Black woman. Gregory T. Anderson, Vice President of Asset Management, African American male. And Warren B. Jones, Vice President of Construction, white male. So that's their leadership team. Yeah, I just got questions. Because how does the leadership team people fit into what wasn't done and executed? You know, it's kind of like when Posley had the fall, other people in key leadership positions at NPS needed to fold. So is there anybody that else on the leadership team besides Willie Hines that's going to step down?
Well, he's got to fall on the sword as the leader.
Yeah, but you know, as I said with Bevan Baker, you know, when he health commissioner, Bevan had to, you know, but Bevan wasn't the one responsible for going out and doing day-to-day operations and meeting with these families about whether or not your children had a plan of action because they had tested positive for lead. And you know, I've seen managers or people that are in charge have subordinates who hide information from them. You don't know what necessarily is going on. Actually give false reports in staff meetings. And so you like
based on lack of knowledge.
No, based on they trying to keep the person that's over the whole organization from knowing they're not doing their damn job.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant the head was giving false reports based on information that was given to him.
Yes, him or her. Yes, definitely. I've seen that. I've seen that in organizations. You know, I think about how the woman at Cost, that vice president at Cost, was able to steal like an obscene amount of money.
Yeah, she told him.
I mean, she broke them off. I think they said she had like 22 storage lockers or 22 fur coats. It was 22 was a number. And, you know, ripping costs off, robbing these people blind. And so I just want to understand, Willie shouldn't be the only one falling, because if the leadership team who was responsible for making this stuff happen if they had been doing their job and working, you know, to help get some of this stuff done, we may not be sitting here having this conversation. So you can't just look at Willie, because you got COOs and two COOs, the operating officer, the chief operating officer, but they got two COOs, program services and real estate. You know, like some of these other shoes need to drop. The VP of asset management, some of these other shoes need to drop. Why? And I'm like, reporters, media. That's why I tell people I'm not no damn journalist, and I don't go around saying I'm one.
Under whose authority would those shoes drop though? Because it's not Willie's role to terminate or let them go, is it? Or whose role would that be?
It could be, because he is appointed by the mayor. The rest of these people are not appointed by the mayor. Mm-hmm. You know, so I don't know. I think that he may hire his team, or his team already was in place when he got there.
Okay.
But I know we need to be saying more than just Willie Hines' name. We need to be saying the names of the previous board members, and we need to be saying the names of some of the leadership team, because all these people are very well paid. And if the feds came in and said 2 years ago XYZ need to happen and nothing needs to happen, then these people have to be willing to stand there and say, Willie Hines didn't tell us to do nothing. We didn't know what we were supposed to do. We didn't know what the issues were. But where was the person that's over the money? You know, like, this don't make no sense to me. You know, and once again, somebody said another black man falls for Barrett's failures because these issues were allowed to continue under Barrett. Yeah. I'm just saying. See, that stuff right here. So Bevan Baker get ate up coming out of the Barrett administration because people wasn't doing what they were supposed to do. Willie Hines now ate up, you know, because of what was going on. And you got people, nobody else's name gets bandied about. Nobody else gets interviewed. Nobody else gets talked about. That's the one thing about this I will say, as a community, we got to be willing to think about and do differently, is to understand this is more than just Willie Hines. You got to ask questions of Chevy. You got to ask questions of the mayor. Why did these seats go unfilled? Because you were the interim mayor and then you ran for office and became the permanent mayor. What's going on? Because who the hell was these other people that was on the board?
He the only one on blast right now. Just think about that. People just say, and the board. Who? Because if you're going to drag my name, and it may rightfully deserve to be dragged, but we need to be dragging everybody that was responsible for this housing authority running the way it was supposed to.
I'm like Nino Brown. I ain't the only one going down. I'm going down. We all going down.
That's all I'm saying.
He did that and did that. Yeah. We going down.
That's all I'm saying.
People don't do nothing with me because if I get caught, we going to jail.
Yeah, we all going. And I mean, and so just think about that. Like all of these journalists that are reporting, and maybe somebody's working on it and we just don't know. But if they not, somebody need to be asking questions about this board that now is all mysteriously gone. Like everybody's terms expired, this year. We need to ask some real questions. All right, y'all, let me take a break. I'll be right back.
Get ready.
WNOV, this your boy Jermaine Ryder, producer extraordinaire. What am I most thankful for? I am thankful for family, my kids, my loved ones, my mom and dad, health and strength to be alive, the staff and management of WNOV. I'm very, very, very grateful for them. And yeah, man, that's what I'm grateful for.
One more thing, man.
Yes, sir.
Are you excited for this holiday season, man?
I'm most definitely excited.
What's one thing you looking forward to during this holiday
Eating
season?
everything, man. I'm looking forward to eating everything that's out on the table.
Okay.
I'm going to eat everything.
Facts. Perfect. Thank you, man.
Indeed.
Yeah.
What's up? It's Jamiroquai Killer with the Black Policy Initiative. I'm here at WNOV.
Yo, Jamiroquai. So, what's one thing you've learned this year that you're thankful for?
And one thing I learned that I'm thankful for is to not be prideful and to not think about myself all the time. I want to spend next year pouring into everybody else except for me, because when I give to others, it always come back.
Can you share a time when you share love to someone?
Man, every day. Every day. I got a lot of people around me that help fuel my fire and help make me better. And I want to keep them around. I want to keep them energized because I need them. And so I try to give it back to them every single chance I get.
Hey, I'm Deslyn. I'm here at WNOV, and I'm from United Garden Homes, Inc.
So, Deslyn, I have a question for you.
Yes.
What holiday memories are you most thankful for?
I'm most thankful for the holiday memories and spending time with my family, my mom, my dad, and all of the Smith and Adams family. Hey, that's what I'm thankful for.
One more question.
Yes.
Is there something you looking forward to this holiday season?
I'm looking for some peace and quiet and family.
I'm Stephen Hopkins, Program Manager for Critical Response Team. I'm at WNOV right now.
So, Stephen, what's something simple that you're thankful for today?
Being alive and free.
One more question.
Yes, sir.
Is there something you're looking forward to this holiday season?
Seeing my loved ones and, spending some time with them.
Perfect.
Hi, I'm Jacqueline Zeladon. I'm with the Milwaukee County Office of Equity, and I'm here today at 8:60 a.m. WNOV.
So, Jackie, how do you show appreciation to your loved ones during the holidays?
The holidays. I show appreciation all the time, but during the holidays, I like to give them that extra love. And that extra love takes the form of, inviting family over for game night. Mm-hmm. It's giving people phone calls, especially people who I haven't spoken to for in a minute. Mm-hmm. Shame on me. It's also sending greeting cards. Mm-hmm. It's even doing small gestures, mm-hmm. such as cookies, mm-hmm. or even taking somebody to the movie. So those are some of the ways I show extra gratitude during the holidays.
That's perfect.
Hello, my name is Derek Rogers from the Exodus Academy and the Milwaukee Black Liberation Theology Project.
So, Mr. Rogers, what's one way you've learned to love yourself more in 2024?
Definitely with the help of my wife, paying more attention to my diet.
How y'all doing? I'm Nisha with Wisconsin Voices and Black Men Build.
So, how do you show appreciation to your loved ones during the holiday season?
I show appreciation to my loved ones during the holiday season, especially to my mom by like giving her gifts. My mom, she took care of me great, like while I was growing up. So I just try to give back to her whatever she need. Like, so I just ask her like what she want. If she don't really know what she want, I still get her something. It might be money, it might be some jewelry, but I make sure I just give back and make sure that she, that she good. Whatever she needs, she took care of.
Thanks, appreciate you.
Yeah.
Hello, my name is Dr. Bridget Moss. I am a board-certified family practice and integrative medicine specialist. I'm standing here at WNOV.
So, Dr. Bridget, how does gratitude play a role in your holiday celebrations?
Gratitude plays a huge role in my holiday celebrations because you know what? Without God, I would not be here. So that is what I'm most grateful for, and everything else will follow.
Perfect.
Hey, this is Dr. Kwaku Amawasi here at WNOV 860 AM representing Ayumba Upendo Show.
So, Dr. Kwaku, what's your favorite holiday tradition that you're thankful for?
Well, my favorite tradition is actually a new tradition. It's hard to put old traditions to the side, but I have a little cousin, and he created this father-son Thanksgiving football game. So I look forward to doing that every Thanksgiving morning. I'm sore on that Friday, but that Thursday is so much fun, and I'm grateful for the opportunity to be able to be with loved ones.
Perfect.
People, you try to understand. You try to give people the benefit of the doubt, and some people, like, you just don't help yourself, man. So in the clip that we played here regarding the Willie Hines situation, I don't even remember how all of it kicks up, where Willie Hines said, the Thanksgiving break and, good times with the family. And then he mentions, something about a jacuzzi and the Gulf of Mexico. And it's like,
you didn't help your brother none either.
I was just like,
I ain't know you had no house out in the Gulf of Mexico.
I'm just saying. Like, damn, bruh. Like, come on, man.
TMI.
You got
Too
people
much
talking about
information.
bed bugs and roaches and, horrible quality of living. And you out here dropping the stuff about the jacuzzi and the Gulf of Mexico. Damn, bruh. Come on, fam. Like, you don't talk about your lavish lifestyle when people are complaining that the job you have, making sure that people who have less than are being treated, fairly in relationship to what you're supposed to be doing. And I heard it and I was just like, yeah, I don't even feel like it.
Because somebody was like, what your ass doing in the Gulf of Mexico? And I ain't got I done told y'all. And you at the Gulf at your brother. What?
And somebody said, and he said it gleefully. Silly.
I was visiting with my brother.
I'm just like,
Gulf of
yeah, because he was cheesy because I was looking at the video and I'm just like,
no, he threw that Gulf like, on the Gulf of Mexico. That's my brother's in the jacuzzi and all, and I decided.
Did he say something about a pool?
In the pool.
I'm like, bro, what is you doing?
Good times with the family. I just looked around and I says, hell, I'm going to retire.
I'm just like, come on, fam. You ain't helping your case at all. Like, and I was gonna let it slide. I wasn't even gonna do it.
Yeah. I was surprised when you didn't, because I know it jumped out at me. I know you caught.
Yeah, I just, because
Michelle is funny. She don't always say, but she'll hear something. She'll go, That's my indication. Okay, timestamp. She just timestamped that one. Go back to that. It was that. Yeah, Dave.
Somebody else said right with an exclamation point. I couldn't believe Hines said all that. Like, wait. Well, see, this just don't help your case. Somebody said, I'm sure it's the brother who is the bishop in all capital letters. Like, come on, fam.
He's got other brothers. He's got a brother named Richard. He's got a brother named Devin.
They got houses in the Gulf of Mexico.
Possibly. I mean, they're all, they've all done well.
I know Janelle was like, this right here. Because you don't never hear nothing about Janelle. Yeah. Janelle keep her head down. She tight. She do her work. She go about her life. Because Janelle was like a vice president somewhere. Janelle High's Willie White. She just about a business, man. Like, come on. Like, I know somebody. And DJ, he do, marketing and PR. Right. I know DJ got to be like, come on, what is you?
He was probably in the Gulf of Mexico at his dad's.
Like, come on, bruh. What? Why now the phone lines lit up? Come on.
Yeah, you started something now.
I'm just saying. I wasn't going to say nothing. Because, I'm cool with DJ. I'm cool with people. But somebody said, okay, Debo, you need to stand by him at the next interview.
I stand by him. That's my guy. That's my guy. I mean,
my God.
I'll elbow him if he getting ready to say something crazy. Like, dog. No.
I mean, literally, as somebody, who worked with a legislator, we would, vet these speeches, talk about what was going to be said. If I saw that anywhere, I'd have been like, man, you can't say that. Like, what the hell is wrong with you? These people talk about bed bugs and they barely got, $20 and assisted living and, assisted rent payments. And you up here talking about we was out balling in the Gulf of Mexico.
Which means you traveled there also. The fact that you traveled there. I know your brother didn't pay for it. You can afford it.
While all these folks is filing lawsuits.
$200 and some odd $1,000 a year. You flying to the Gulf.
I'm just like, Will, what is wrong with you, man? And I'm saying this as a person who, again, I like Will.
Oh, yeah, good
but
people.
Damn, bruh.
But
you ain't helping yourself.
How difficult would it have been to have just said, over the Thanksgiving holiday, while spending time with the family, I just decided that it was time.
Well, let's not say that. If the reporter says, nah, boo, you submitted this a week ago.
Well, I mean,
and that's why I said it could be relative.
Right, because it could be
over Thanksgiving.
That I took the week prior to and just took that time to just kind of, and yeah, I noted that you said that I did it a week prior to, and what had happened was, Jamie Foxx, what had happened was I actually took the week off prior to that. I didn't work.
I cannot.
And so
I'm sorry, y'all, because
I just deemed all of that.
I was gonna let it slide. I was gonna let it slide. And the listeners, they listen to me. They like, Michelle, I know you heard what I heard.
Yeah.
And I know you're trying to look out for
Michelle, time for you to be messy. Come on, Michelle. We waiting on you. Don't let us down. You
not trying to be
never
messy.
Disappoint.
I'm not trying to be messy. But I'm like, bruh, this ain't the time to name drop. This ain't the time to talk about the riches of the family and we doing well.
Yeah,
this ain't the time.
You know why? Because I'm on my way out. What y'all gonna do about it? What you gonna do? Yeah, I was in the Gulf at my brother's house. Now, what the problem is?
Oh, Jesus.
I paid my dues. I did my time.
What did he say? I got 28 in. The hell with y'all.
What the hell y'all gonna do? Yeah, it might have been a week prior to what I said. Hell, I lost track of time.
Oh my God!
I ain't got nothing but time now. Hell, I already. That's my official day, but I'm done already.
I lost track of time. Okay, all right.
Take the phone call. You want to talk to these people? Yeah, I've been quit.
2 years ago.
You know how black folks is. Hell, I've been done. I was just coming here.
Y'all just find out.
Didn't know. Y'all talking about lack of work. I ain't had no intentions on doing no work. Long as y'all keep letting me come in here and you keep paying me. But I had been quit. Yeah, I was done.
Oh my God. I cannot. Let me go.
How we are.
I'm just saying, bro.
Y'all finally figured it out.
I'm like, did nobody? I know Janelle looked at him like, you ain't have to say all of that. You did not. I mean, you just don't know. You just didn't know how that was gonna land. Let me go to the phone line. Hey, caller, what's happening?
Hey, top of the day.
Top of the day.
I took it like it was like he had a brain fart. He was like my brother house. He got a jacuzzi. Then the news lady didn't make it no better. Oh, he gonna get $15,000 a month. I know people was like, what? What?
Exactly.
$100,000 a year?
Bruh, you would have thought that.
Oh no!
I was on food
He might get
stamps the way
fired
I
on
would
his
have
day off.
sounded. Yeah.
He might get fired on his day off. Straight up.
Bob boy.
I'm just keeping it real. He should have done that one. That was a Dave Chappelle. I'm rich.
Thank y'all very much.
Y'all.
Thank y'all.
Thank you, bro. What he say? He did I'm rich.
Thank y'all very much. You want to take this next call?
Yeah. Hey, caller, what's happening? Hello?
Hello?
Yes.
You got to turn your radio down and listen by way of your phone, please.
Am I on the radio?
We can hear an echo in the background. So turn it down if you have your radio on.
I was very upset hearing this man talk about how he was enjoying.
Okay, now I think you got us on speaker. Can you take us off speaker, please?
Yes. It was appalling to me that people are suffering in their homes, and he's bragging about. In fact, let me say this: I think people can go to school and they can. I've heard a lot of good things about him from people, but he is not. He may be intelligent as far as going to school, but it sounds like he's a little mentally ill to me. People can still be mentally ill because if you're not doing your job and you're just carrying a title, and we've got nothing but these black people doing this now, and they're and I have to say I'm comparing him to the superintendent of schools too. What's happening is they're not doing their jobs and they're riding off in the sunset. There's another picture besides what he said about enjoying a vacation. They said he's also getting for his retirement, I believe I'm saying this correctly, $111,000 a year retirement for the rest of his life.
Yes.
This is just appalling because I don't know why the tenants who filed a lawsuit, this should be stopped or should be.
But I will again,
Michelle.
No.
Some words here.
But I just want to again remind people that this retirement is based on a 28-year career with the city of Milwaukee. So this stint with the housing authority is only in the last several years of his entire career. So the retirement amount is based on 28 years of working for the city of Milwaukee.
Yeah, thank you for putting it in its perspective that way. Yeah, because he said it himself. He said it very in a kind of a smart way the other day, saying the 30 years of work that he had done. But I would love, I don't know what kind of lawyers we have in the city, what kind of lawsuits I'm hearing are being filed all the time by people, the tenants. It seems to be ignored. I don't know if we need a Bean Cummings or someone to come up here and represent these people, and they could interject and put a stop to maybe his. Still, they could. I don't know, stop temporarily his retirement or anything from happening for him, so he would feel like other people do. Because this bed bug situation and water in your home and people's illnesses. This is not anything that should be ignored. I put myself in that place, and I just don't know why we're not getting anything done legally in the city when people file, either. Can you talk about that?
Yes, ma'am. I'll make an effort to. I will definitely do that. Thank you. Thank you so much. No, I look, y'all, I understand the frustration. But that's why I said we got to keep it in perspective. This man has worked for the city of Milwaukee for 28 years as an alderperson, also as a, uh, you know, chair, whatever the title is called, Common Council president, you know, and then ultimately, you know, goes into this position. And you know, just think about when OJ, even though he was acquitted of killing Nicole, they wanted to come, her family wanted to come after his pension from the NFL. And they weren't allowed to do that. He was able to keep his pension. You know, there are certain things that the way they're set up and protected, you cannot go after.
And Michelle, just correct me if I'm wrong. Even with like let's just foresay even his salary or whatever, because all of that factors into the pension.
Right.
But you know, if it's not earmarked or lined out contractually or what have you going into that situation, you can't come after my money if it wasn't in paper that, you know, based on performance reviews or what have you.
Yeah, one has nothing to do with the other. One has nothing to do with the other.
You can't do that.
And I mean, because I could have worked at the state of Wisconsin and been the worst employee, but I worked there. Lena didn't fire me. And so, in fact, I just had a conversation about my pension last week, you know, just because I don't understand how some of the stuff works. And I'm not getting ready to take it yet, but I just wanted to understand. So that I can make sure my son understands, because I can do survivor benefits and all that kind of stuff. And, you know, so it's not tied into your performance on a job. This is just what you got because you were showing up every day.
Right.
You did the amount of time that it took to be vested to be able to receive a pension. Does
the city have 401k?
Yeah, all of that's tied up in there.
I'm just wondering, do he see additional dollars from his 401k?
But that's based on, you know, your contribution. So I just want to say that. And then so some people obviously have texted me and said,
Sound like something raggedy.
Oh my God. Somebody said, I'm headed to the Gulf with Willie and his bro. Michelle, y'all not right. And tell Debo to turn the light on him. He is in the dark on camera. And then cracking up at your Dave Chappelle. So there's some more stuff on here. But yeah, I'm just saying, y'all. I was gonna let it go. But
the lighting is what it is. All the lights is on.
All right. So let me do this. Let me take a second. It's so much like, you know, crazy calamity in the world going on that I need to be talking about. But right now I'm just stuck on dumb stuff. And I'm admitting that, you know, I know y'all tune in for quality programming, but I'm just stuck right now.
That would be on Saturdays from 9 until 6.
Yeah, oh really?
That's quality programming.
You have quality programming.
The Blues Cafe.
But I just gotta have this moment. You know, Time magazine, a couple of days ago, a week or so ago, there was, you know, speculation about who Time magazine was naming Person of the Year. And so some folks had said that they had heard that potentially they were considering naming Kamala Harris as Person of the Year. But somebody posted it on fake Twitter, and you know, all of the text messages just started flooding in about how Kamala Harris was the most awful person and unqualified. And we even had, you know, 2 Black people sit there behind here in the radio station and talk about Kamala Harris being unqualified or the worst ever. You know, it's just like, y'all just come on, fam. I don't like your policies. That don't mean you unqualified. I don't like the way you see a problem versus the way I see a problem. But you don't get to negate my damn education and everything that I've done over the years and my career and my elections. You don't get to do that because you don't like my policies. That's the part that irritates my soul. So this Black woman is all of these horrible things because you don't like that she sees the solution differently than you. She sees the problem differently than you. But now we're going to reduce her to she's nothing and had no business even being considered to be president. All of that's nonsense. So now it has, been said that in fact, Donald Trump is going to be named the person of the year. This would be his second time being named person of the year. Just for backstory, Barack Obama was named person of the year twice in '08 and 12. Franklin Delano Roosevelt was named person of the year 3 times in 32, 34, and 41. But you got other folks in this category. Last year, Taylor Swift was person of the year because of, her success in the arts or whatever. And Time magazine has been doing this since 1927. Okay. And the people that they have selected have been people that they feel have been influential. So, I did what a lot of people would do. Would be like, so how often are people that have 34 felony convictions, that incited a riot, that you know, steal from charity, cheat on his taxes, pay a woman to hide in a affair, like, how is this dude? Caller, I see you. I'll be right there. But how is this dude the best we can do for person of the year? And, so I'm going to go back because I wanted to look and see, like, because they will tell you that this is not just about somebody who has done good things and, influenced the world positively. That also, so I'm like, so it was like Osama bin Laden person of the year. And I can't remember, but I know there have been some people that have been not good people that have been person of the year because of the type of influence or impact that they had on our country or the world or whatever. So I'm gonna go back and look and see. But it's something wrong in our culture when this individual is featured in this way. To me, it's something wrong with that because that's like saying put Jeffrey Dahmer on the cover. Put you know uh, okay. Somebody said, "Good morning, Michelle. Are you going to speak about how Sister Girl," they're referring to Kamala Harris, treated her black staffers? Look, I don't know what your dig is with Kamala Harris. Donald Trump talked to everybody like a dog in the street. Everybody. Everybody. He disrespects other world leaders. He's calling Trudeau, the Prime Minister of Canada, a governor, and calling the country of Canada a state. He mocks and comes up with names and is the most disrespectful individual to ever breathe air to hold the office of presidency. And you want to be like, are you going to talk about Kamala and some potential problems with black staffers? How is that related to the cost of tea in China? Like literally on the scale of foolishness and ignorance and vulgarity and you're talking about what you heard through the grapevine or what some disgruntled people said. Let's just say even if some of it is true, it in no way pales. It pales in comparison to what we see every day in real time come out of the mouth of Donald Trump. In real time. In real time. The most disrespectful person to ever hold an office. No public decorum. Talk about everybody like a dog. But that's what you chose to text me about? It just grated you that I was questioning him being man of the year. And so yo, shoot your best shot is, well, what about Kamala being mean to black staffers? Are you serious right now? Disrespect the Gold Star families, disrespect the fallen soldiers, disrespect of wounded veterans, disrespect of African countries, disrespect of just women. Just like, seriously, bruh. This is what you got to do with your time. This is what you have to do with your time. Is to text me, I know he is, but what about her? Nobody to ever occupy the office of the presidency has been such an outwardly ignorant, selfish, childish individual than this man. Old as hell and behaves like a 4-year-old. Talks about everybody. Belittles everybody. Makes fun of everybody. And you're going to ask me something about Kamala Harris and whether or not she spoke nicely to black people on her staff. Okay. Carvey, can you help me with this caller, please? I'm just saying. And then you go on with this to myself, LOL, what does this have to do with Trump? We weren't talking about Kamala Harris. That's why you know it got something to do with Trump. You only texted me because you listening to the show, and I'm not talking about Kamala Harris. I'm talking about your boy. And then what's this other stuff? That's why she lost, because you all wanted to cover up all her flaws. You know what? See, this that level of ignorance that I have to stop. Because you talking about flaws versus somebody who actually has broken the law. When we talk about stealing from charity, that's breaking the law. When we talk about not paying your taxes and lying on your taxes, that's breaking the law. When we talk about taking money from these poor people, that wanted to try to advance themselves, better themselves, and believed in this idiot and enrolled in Trump University, and he took they money but didn't get him no education, that's breaking the law, fam. So it's a difference between a flaw and somebody who actually is a criminal who has broken the law and has been held accountable, or they trying to hold them accountable in a lot of these cases civilly. He had to pay them people back their money for Trump fake university. See, this is why people say just don't even talk to y'all. Because you so stuck on stupid, you can't have a real conversation. You're going to talk to me about a flaw, but flaws are not illegal. Flaws don't take people's money. Flaws don't, land you in jail. This man is a criminal who has broken the law. Let me go to the phone line. Hey, caller, what's happening?
Hey, I want everything that.
You got us on speaker? You keep going in and out.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
Okay, what I want to say was, I want to thank you for everything that you say and that you do. People will not get it. They will not understand it. And do not bring your blood pressure up. Don't, because I'm listening to you.
It is the most frustrating mess on earth, man. It is so crazy. But go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
But once again, I want to thank you for everything you do. And some people just not going to get it. They won't get it. I'm in a position in my life where I'm retired. I've got what I got coming, but a lot of them not going to get it. They're not going to get it, and they're going to find out down the road if they made a big mistake. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. I appreciate the call. Let me go to the next caller. Hey, caller, what's happening?
Hey, Michelle, what's happening with you?
Hey, man, I'm hanging. How you doing today?
Good. I got two things. First, nosy minds or curious minds like mine want to know who the hell is that texting you with that crazy stuff, number one. and I think I done figured it out. We living in the Matrix.
Okay.
Or we having
Why
a
you
bad
say that?
dream because how in the I'm ready to start cussing, so I gotta be careful.
Yeah,
Were you
don't be
kidding?
me. Don't be me. Don't be me.
Were you kidding when you just said Time Magazine is gonna make him Person of the Year?
Yeah.
Was that a joke?
No, for the second time. For the second time.
What is?
Yep.
I don't understand what's going on in this world. What kind of pull does this guy have over people?
You know, like I said,
I don't get it, Michelle. And the one black guy, the African guy that said, who bankrupts a casino? Who bankrupts a casino? Tell me. I've never heard of that before, Michelle.
Yeah, you gotta be pretty bad because the casino was set up for you to lose.
Exactly. I've never known anybody to bankrupt a casino. He was the first person. Well, I shouldn't say he's that I heard of, but the bankrupt a casino, you have to be terrible, Michelle.
I mean, 6 business bankruptcies. 6 business bankruptcies.
And I could just hear Cat Williams right now saying, "If I knew you could grab and become president, I'd have did that a long time ago." I do not understand why these world leaders, somebody should have been pin slapped him a long time ago.
And I mean, and this is the thing. Like, if Republicans had any kind of backbone, they could have got rid of Trump a long time ago. Like, they have literally put themselves in this situation because they didn't have no backbone, because they were scared of this dude. There was no need to be scared of him. Trump is somebody. Yeah, there's no need to be scared of him because the only thing he got moving for him right now is his mouth. And before they let him get this powerful that you dominating the majority of the people that have an allegiance to him and not to the Republican Party, but to him, the Republicans, when they came out and they talked about the January 6th people, you know, as being these awful people, 140 police officers get attacked, you know, during this riot at the Capitol. And now he talking about he getting ready to pardon all these people. That's one of his first priorities. And now Republicans got to sit on the sideline and eat. These people came for y'all. The Democrats, but for y'all too.
You know what he said on Sunday, which really just blew my mind. I'm like, does this dude be knowing what he even be saying? He said that when Krista Walker said was he gonna pardon him? He's like, yeah, they should have been pardoned a long time ago. This is a nasty, dirty place. So I'm assuming he's talking about all jails. But then he talking about he want to put the committee in jail. I'm like, what's wrong with you, dude?
Yeah,
what's wrong with you?
I mean, because he has no business in public office. He does not appreciate or respect the rule of law. It is white privilege at its finest on display for the whole world to see. For the whole world to see. The rules don't apply to me. They don't apply to me. If I don't get what I want, burn it all down. That's the way they behave. You putting somebody over the FBI who wants to get rid of the FBI, basically. Like all of the people he's putting in these secretarial positions, they want to go in and destroy the very agencies they're getting ready to be tapped to lead. Go ahead.
So if this dude wouldn't have quit and Trump fired him, would he lost his pension? Is that why he's doing this?
No, because if you're eligible for your pension, once you become vested, you're eligible. But there is, I know, like we had talked about, there was somebody else that that was fired by Trump. And I think he was like a year away or a month away from being either vested or whatever time he had to have in to be able to be eligible for his pension or for whatever. And Trump fired him.
Asked you that.
Yeah, right.
That's why I asked you that, because I think he worked for the FBI too.
He did. And I got to go back and figure out who that was. But everybody just talked about how dirty it was, because even if I don't agree with you, you don't stop these people from being able to eat. And somebody said it was a month away. Oh yeah, but they said, but then he ended up getting it anyway. So I'll have to go back and pull his name.
Well, he had to go back to court. He had to go back.
Yeah,
to
he had
court
to fight him to
do
get
that.
it. He had to fight him to get it.
Right.
And somebody puts it in your ear. Look, just leave this dude alone. Let him leave. And I'm talking about this previous employee. So that his pension is not impacted. This man has served the country for 20 years. Leave this man alone. And just let him, resign and go on off into the night. That's what we do with all these police officers who get accused of crimes. The folks, man at Milwaukee County who was accused of wrongdoing, they get to go get their financial affairs in order. They get to quietly retire. In the case of the man from Milwaukee County, you move your wife down to Florida before you have to face the music. And just so dirty and vindictive and low down, he wasn't willing to do that. He wasn't willing to do that. So yes,
he should have grew up. He should have grew up in the inner city in Milwaukee. That would have been stopped a long time ago.
He just should have grew up with some people around him that was decent and taught him how to behave better. That would have helped from his granddaddy and his daddy. That would have helped. Just don't be this person.
I'm gonna keep on telling y'all he's the spawn of the devil. I truly believe that. Thank you, Michelle.
All right, thank you. And it was Andrew McCabe. I love y'all listeners. Thank you so much, Dion, for sending that to me. Let me go to the next caller. Okay, call me back, caller. I pressed the wrong button. My bad. But we got him. Okay, let's go to the phone line. Hey, caller, what's happening?
Hello, how y'all doing this morning?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing okay. I got a few bones to pick. I wonder why. Do anybody notice why so many special kids out here nowadays? I mean, back in the day, you used to have few special. I don't call them retarded and nothing like that because I had a special sister myself, and I call them special. But it's just so many. Everywhere you go, somebody saying that they got a special child, and I don't know if people doing any kind of study to see where it's coming from, the water, where it's coming from for us to have all these kids are special now. And the next thing is we just gave up on the schools. I'll just say that right there, right now. I think choice and child, just my opinion. It probably was good for you to want to send your child to whatever school you want to send your child to. But I think choice and child are really, really messed up our school system. And I think it should have go all the way back to public again because it's just not right the way these schools is. And it's sad if you got somebody like grandkids, kids in school now and the way they do in these schools and they just not following no kind of rules. They have incidents. They don't call their parents or nothing like that. And the next thing is this last one is who do the pot? Who helps with the party board with the government? Because the thing is it seems like I put a partner in. I hadn't had I say a case. I just say it like that since the 80s and 90s, since the early 90s, and it's taken like 4 years to get a. If I get a partner, and it's not nothing, wasn't no murder or no sexual assault or nothing like that, and they give you this answer about Walker didn't pardon nobody when he was in office. I don't want to hear that. I didn't vote for Walker, so I think them people that he didn't pardon should be put in the back of the line, and the people that voted for either, they should be put in the front of the line. If he wants that vote, and I think he just holding, he make you wait 18 to 18 months to 3 years for a pardon. They get back in office and see if you're gonna vote. They can look and see if you vote or not. And I just want somebody out there that's listening and that's trying to, see what's going on with this pardon thing because it's just too long. I could see a year or something like that, but you keep telling me about all these people that Walker didn't pardon. Well, they voted for Walker, so put them in the back of the bus, and the people that voted for Eva, you know, do them first. I figure like that. Now that's how I figure. I could be
Okay.
wrong.
All right. And you
Yeah,
are.
you understand?
and you are wrong. And I'm gonna tell
I'm
you
wrong.
why. Yeah,
You
I'm gonna,
think
I'm
so?
gonna, you, yeah, bro, you wrong. But I'm gonna tell you why. But let me say this: you wrong, but I understand it. I understand the frustration. But number one, we don't require people to tell us who they vote for when they go into the polling locations. That's private. Who you vote for is private.
Right.
And the other thing is, once you are elected, you work for everybody. You don't just have Democrats' money coming to the state that you help make decisions about. Republican money comes to the state too from
Yeah.
taxpayers. So you
Yeah.
represent everybody. So that's the
Yeah.
one
I
thing. Whether
understand
people
that.
voted for you or not, once you get in office, you're responsible for all of them. The people that like you, don't like you, voted for you, didn't vote for you. That's how we keep the system level and fair.
Well, I think I'll be petty. I just have to be petty.
Well, I
I'm
hear it
gonna
in you.
put the pieces. I'm gonna be petty. That's why I was up there.
I mean, all right. Thank
Thank
you,
you.
bro. I appreciate the
Yeah.
call. I just think I'd be petty. I mean, I hear you. And trust me, let me also say this. There is a degree of petty that goes on. It's not official. It's not in writing. It's not sanctioned legally. But you're not alone in I be petty. The redistricting.
It's because you're human.
Yeah, but redistricting is petty because you realize you don't have the numbers to be actually holding all these legislative seats, so you cheat to give yourself an advantage. You know, petty is people that are incarcerated, and let's just say they're incarcerated. I don't know where a prison is. I'm gonna make up a place. Well, I gotta make it up in Green Bay, Wisconsin. But Green Bay legislators don't respond to, prison concerns because the people be from Milwaukee. But you count them in for the purposes of U.S. Census and getting additional representation and money for your district. Like, so you don't want to work with these people, but you getting money off their backs? I mean, like, it's all kinds of examples of unsanctioned fairness that goes on that's just frustrating. So I hear you. But let me just say this real quick on the pardon thing. If you haven't reached out and worked with the organization called Clean Slate, Shanielle McLeod, and I'm sorry, she just ends up being my go-to. I know there are other groups that do it. Shanielle's always who comes to mind first, and has a success rate of being able to help people, to properly fill out the pardon paperwork and be given every consideration. What I will say is that Governor Evers has done, and where did I just had it pulled up? Where is it? But Evers had done like 1,700 pardons since he's been in office. Let me go back and look and see real quick. I know he had just did like 172. How many pardons has Evers done? So 1,400. He's done 1,436 pardons. And this was as of November 2024. He had just granted back on November 22nd 172 pardons, bringing his total number to 1,436. So I just want to say that. So pardons are being granted under Evers. How many of those are Republicans? I don't know. So you just got to work with people that can make sure that your paperwork represents you and your application in the best possible light and see what happens. Somebody said, I know a young man that Evers pardoned. You have to have a game plan, be working, some other stuff that's got said. Okay. Then there was one other question you raised real quick, and that was about choice and charter and believe that it messed up our schools. Let me just say this real quickly. If our schools were functioning on one hand, and I know this is not completely what choice and charter was about, if our schools were functioning well on one hand, there wouldn't have been a need for people to leave the system, at least in terms of what Polly Williams was trying to do, in which you got kids going to failing schools. And these parents, because they are low income parents, didn't have other options. And so she wanted to give people other choices about how to educate your children, even though you weren't the richest, wealthiest, or even middle class. You were low income, but you needed better options. My kids shouldn't have to be at a low performing school for no other reason than that we are poor and I can't send them anywhere else. That's why Polly Williams got into the game. But we also know that there were Republicans in the background that were using choice to be able to create separate school systems again and to be able to help white families remove their children from public school settings who could not really afford to pay for private education and use taxpayer money to give their children an alternative system and an alternative, opportunity. Now they got, behind Polly and was like, oh yeah, Polly, we for the kids, we for the black kids, woo, woo, woo. We gonna help them. But they had their own agenda all along, which is to create systems in which they could get public money to pay for the private wishes of many times white parents who didn't want their kids in public schools. But you ain't got enough bread to pay for it on your own. As Keith always says, my mama paid full freight for me to go to Dominican. We got white parents who couldn't pay full freight, but you want the benefits of that. So, there's multiple blame to go around. It's not just about choice and charter. If public schools had been doing what they needed to for as many students as they could, we could have a different outcome. But people get hot. All of it wasn't political. All of it wasn't about a desire to separate out. Some of it literally was about performance of public schools. Let me go to the phone line. Hey, caller, what's happening?
Good morning, Michelle.
Good morning.
Okay. I was listening and I was just thinking about, all the stuff that's going on, especially with our soon to be president. But Michelle, could this be part of everything you're talking about now? Part of the Project 2025? Because these people been at this stuff for years. Now they finally got their foot in that door. And now, and Trump, to me, Trump was just the only one that would take the beating. The rest of them too cheap to take it because they just stand around and let him take the beating, and they're steadily ruining the whole United States. And then, like you say, you talk about jail. He's a big criminal. I mean, he didn't like the military. I have a son in prison. He's been in there 22 years. He was a military man. And all of a sudden, he didn't like. He couldn't go because they had bone spurs, and he didn't. They weren't heroes because they came back dead. He never went, and his family never go. His daughter bought a $25 million plot of land, paid $40,000 a month, leased a place till she had a house built, and instead he's stealing money from the public. Nobody speaks on this stuff,
right?
Because they don't read it, they don't know it, but they vote for a man that's going to kill them. And the mark is on our face, the black face, and especially the black men. And they are going to punish. You think the jails are full now? Just look up the percentages of how many black people in this state. 6% black people, but 64% of blacks in jail. And then you spoke about the strokes. I'm going to say this real fast. I had two in my family had stroke. One had to bleed and one had to clot. And the one that had to bleed was unconscious, so they had to keep him. But the one that had the clot, they kept sending home. But you could notice, I noticed different because the person wasn't speaking. Will call and never say nothing, and we took them to the hospital. They sent them back home. Took them to the hospital, sent them back home. Finally, they had to put the person in the hospital and do surgery. And then the doctor tells me, "Well, I'm going to do the CAT scan because I told the person that it runs in the family with stroke." And she said, well, we're going to do a CAT scan. Oh, no, we're going to do the MRI, but they did the CAT scan. We're going to do the MRI. You know, the doctor never did the MRI. So when the person had the stroke, she said, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't do it. So, and then they tell me it's the insurance company's pushing behind this stuff. Now we're crying about this CEO, but we're fighting this stuff. I'm fighting it right now. I have a person in my family on dialysis, got sent out of the hospital 5 times, now on the kidney machine.
Mm.
And now you see all this stuff, all these kidney machines spurring up. And I believe to my heart, I haven't looked up the percentages, but I believe to my heart it's mainly black people. And so they need our black face to make sure they're putting us on the line to be the enemy, to be the one bleeding the system. And even a lot of times when you hear the news, that's what you see, a black face, or you see black criminals. You don't see white criminals. Very rare. But that's what I had to say. I'm not going to keep you.
Yes, ma'am. Nope. I appreciate all the commentary. A lot to think about. I don't think that you're gonna get too much disagreement on some of the observations that you have made. So yeah, no, I'm fine with it. All right. What am I doing? What's today? Wednesday? I'm going to break or I'm leaving. I got it. Oh, today's Thursday? Oh no, I gotta leave. Okay. All right, y'all. I will check in with y'all this afternoon. All right, family. Debo, Carvey, appreciate y'all, bros. Peace.